Today on Monkey Life, Alison goes to the rescue of a very old squirrel monkey desperate for a new home.
His whole tail's a bit angry right now, isn't it? Yeah. All the way up to the base.
Paddy's group go mad for mangoes. And news of a weighty new arrival from South Africa.
That degree of obesity does give me problems anaesthetically.
This is Monkey World in Dorset. Tucked away deep in the English countryside, it's the largest sanctuary for apes and monkeys on the planet. Dr. Alison Cronin is the primate's best friend. Alison and her team devote their lives to rescuing and rehabilitating primates from all over the world.
They're all going to have a chance to live proper lives again. Perfect.
Each of the 240 monkeys and apes have their own story, but all are guaranteed a safe home and a better future once they arrive. Within the UK, primates can be bought legally from registered dealers, but sometimes this is not the case, and without specialist care, things can go horribly wrong. Golden-cheeked gibbon Peanut was found when authorities raided the house of an illegal bird smuggler. Gizmo, a capuchin monkey, was rescued by the Monkey World team when they discovered he was being kept in a garden shed in unsatisfactory conditions. And cotton-top tamarins, Uncas and Alice, were discovered during a raid by police and RSPCA inspectors on a puppy farm. But most of the pets that end up at the park are from well-meaning owners who buy a pet monkey and then realise how difficult they are to look after. Today, Alison is on her way to Essex.
This gentleman phoned me only 2 days ago. Has a squirrel monkey that he's kept for more than 20 years, and little male called Fidget. And Fidget has lived all on his own for those 23 years in a cage at the back of his garden centre.
Fidget was bought after his owner saw him in a cage in a pet shop being taunted by children. He thought he could give him a better life.
I contacted Monkey World because he is getting old, and the time is going to come when he's going to need some care. I wanted him to go somewhere where he would be able to spend the last years of his life with people who were in a position to care for him and look after him.
It's taken 20 years, but he realizes now that Fidget really must get professional attention because it's gotten that bad. The monkey's gotten really aggressive, he says, and has started self-mutilating. So Fidget's actually chewing on his tail now.
Monkey World already has 4 elderly female squirrel monkeys who live together in a tree-filled enclosure at the park. Alien, the alpha female, came from a lab. But like Fidget, Topsy, Turvy, and latest addition Samantha were pets in need of a new home. Alison is hoping Fidget will be happy to join them.
Got a whole selection of treats for Fidget this morning, hoping that we'll be able to entice him in. We've got some mango and mealworms and all sorts just to see if we can get him to go into the box willingly. He's never had mango before, so Neil was intrigued, because all of my South American boys love mango.
Later, Alison meets Fidget. But will she be able to catch him? Fidget has led a lonely life as a pet, but at the park, that will all change for the better. All the primates here live in social groups, as they would in the wild. And that's true of all 16 species, from the lemurs and marmosets to the capuchins, orangutans and chimps. The chimps are some of the favourite characters at the park. They're split into 4 groups. Sally is in charge of the nursery group. She acts as an adoptive mother for many of the baby chimps that arrive here. Then there's Hananya. Hananya has been the alpha male of his group for 7 years now and is a very popular leader. Butch is in charge of the mischievous bachelor boys. He has a strong personality, but gets on well with the others in his group. And finally, Paddy. Paddy was one of the first residents at the centre. Like quite a number of the chimps, he was rescued from Spain, where he was being used as a photographer's prop. He arrived here more than 20 years ago and now heads up one of the oldest and most established groups in the park. Paddy's respected by the whole troop and has fathered a number of chimps in the group, including son Bart. Today, Paddy's bunch are in for a treat.
We've had a huge donation of lots of lovely fruits. We've got some oranges and mangoes here. We've actually frozen some of them, so we're going to put some frozen fruits and some fresh ones in Paddy's this morning. This is a massive treat for them. They're not going to be able to contain themselves.
The eagle-eyed chimps can't believe their luck. Paddy's group have never seen so much fruit and can't quite work out what to do with it all, or how to carry it. Low-ranking Gamba seems to have forgotten group etiquette when he starts goading leader Paddy. But Paddy has his hands full. No one's going to mess with his mangoes. Bixer, one of the higher-ranking females, sees Gamba off. Meanwhile, Paddy's son Bart seems to have missed out and is trying to persuade Zoe, who's usually a soft touch, to part with some of her fruit. In their natural habitat, chimps will take advantage of a fruiting tree and eat as much as they can before anyone else gets to it. So, occasionally giving them an abundance of any one fruit like this replicates life in the wild. And Gamba's determined to make the most of it. Now, he's pursuing Zoe. Bart and his sister Eddie are really pushing their luck with Aunt Cindy. They'd never normally get away with this. But she decides to give in just this once. And waste not, want not, Bart's found a new toy. Alison has arrived in Essex. Neil says his elderly squirrel monkey Fidget has become aggressive and started chewing his tail. He's asked Alison to take Fidget back to Monkey World.
Thank you.
But first, Alison needs to gain Fidget's trust.
Hello, Fidget.
Look what I've got, little man. Look what I've got.
These are the best mealworms in the world.
Look at this, Fidget. Good boy.
Do you want some more? Come on, then. Come and have some. Hi, you. Hi, you, little man. You gonna come up on my knee? Excellent job. Oh, that was a big... I know, there's more than... Okay. You can possibly eat. Good boy. Okay, he does have a spot on the... Yeah, his whole tail's a bit angry right now, isn't it?
Yeah.
All the way up to the base.
Squirrel monkeys come from Central and South America. They're found in tropical lowland rainforests throughout the Amazon basin. They're very sociable animals living in large groups of between 30 and 60 monkeys. Their tails are important because they help them balance and leap through the trees.
Yeah, it's not bad.
To get Fidget back to the park, Alison needs to somehow tempt him into the cage.
Good boy.
In.
Well done. That was very good. I'm impressed. Thank you, Alison.
We've done this before.
Go to a nice new home, Fidget, and they'll look after you. Then we'll come and visit.
Done the right thing.
Hard as it is the right thing. I think the future would not have been too bright here.
It's a wrench for Neil, who's done his best for Fidget over the years. But he knows Fidget needs to be with other squirrel monkeys, and Monkey World is the perfect place for him to live out his life and get the care he needs. It's just a shame he didn't contact the park earlier. In human terms, Fidget is an old man now. Alison is just arriving back at the park with Monkey World's latest addition, a squirrel monkey called Fidget.
Little concerned that he keeps this left hand usually clenched up tight. He doesn't use it a whole lot, but it's not bad. And that tail's a mess. Let's get him inside to the warm.
The park's vet, Mike Nathan, meets all the new arrivals to give them a health check.
Let's get him in.
To have a good look at Fidget, Mike is going to need to anaesthetize him for a short while. So as not to upset him, he decides to do this while he's still in the cage. Veterinary nurse Penny will monitor him throughout.
As soon as he's slightly dopey, we'll have him out and put a mask on him and just want to quickly check through his physical condition and things. And just microchip.
He might not be chipped. I'm not sure.
Is he supposed to be chipped, Alison?
I don't believe he is. He has not been touched for 22 years.
All the primates are microchipped so they can be accurately identified.
22 and 10.
Mike is taking blood samples to make sure Fidget is not suffering from any disease his owner, Neil, was unaware of. Mike and Alison are both worried about Fidget's tail, which he seems to have chewed and also bitten the end off.
Right.
It's that tail that's a problem and getting the chronic infection and behavior that goes with that infection under control.
Penny and I were discussing this beforehand and tempted to perhaps put him on some Metacam as an anti-inflammatory. We've got a little wound there. That's obviously where it's healed over. So with luck, it will do on its own. So much depends on how he behaves here.
There are risks to being under anaesthetic, and Mike is keen for Fidget not to be under any longer than he needs to be.
He's a good boy.
Toby and Donna will go and get him settled in some separate bedrooms now until we get the results of his blood tests back. We wouldn't want to mix him with our 4 ladies that we know are fit and healthy.
Toby and Donna are members of the primate care staff. It'll be their job to make sure Fidget settles into his new home as quickly as possible.
Wind out, Toby's coming back towards you. Good boy, Fidget.
The anaesthetic has made him a little groggy.
Taking a light gas and air anesthetic does make a person feel not top of the day. That's true. Now he's just starting to climb around and investigate because he's sort of finally got it in his head that this isn't so scary. And he's looking quite bright and interested. So as soon as we get the all clear on his blood tests and fecal tests, we'll get him straight down with the ladies. And then it really should be a rapid progression into turning this guy right around into a relatively young, lively squirrel monkey. even though he's a senior citizen.
None of the primates at the park are native to the UK. They have no problems adapting to the climate, but every now and again, they need a helping hand.
Hello, girls.
Today, Animal Director Jeremy Keeling is making a special visit to the orangutan nursery.
Come on, girls. Come and get your oil. Here's a good girl. I'm just trying to get oil onto these guys because their skin gets so dry, particularly in the summer. And we do this little trade-off here. Oil for treats.
The oil helps keep their skin supple and their hair in good condition.
Come on.
Linga is happy to be bribed, as is the youngest orangutan, Dinda.
Never mind, eh?
There's double trouble when Dinda's sister, Xiao Ning, joins in.
Get out. Look at this. I've been mugged. They only love me for my grapes.
Ever-confident Jolie decides it's easier to help herself.
Excuse me? Some of them usually like a drink of it as well. Just a little bit. In your mouth. Good girl. There's a good girl. Is that what you wanted? Is that what you were saying all along? You've got enough on you now. You're oiled. You're basted just enough. Right, we're going now.
But these happy-go-lucky orangs, led by foster mother Ah Mei, are about to have a rude awakening. There's soon to be a new arrival who will almost certainly throw her weight around. "6,000 miles away in South Africa, living in the lap of luxury, is a 13-year-old orangutan called Oshin. She's been kept as a pet by her owner Brenda since she was a baby. Brenda has loved her and given her everything she wants. She's treated her like a child, and Oshin even walks upright. In Brenda's house, Oshin rules the roost. Whatever she wants, she takes.
That's the dog's food. That's the mother's food, sis, man. Come. Of course it's Puffy. Let's go. What do you want? Yeah. Okay, here's your custard. Let's go.
As a result, she's put on a lot of weight and is now obese.
When she's eating, that's all she worries about. If she could eat all day, she would eat all day.
Recently, Brenda has realised Oshin needs the company of other orangutans. She also knows she won't be around forever to look after her and wants to make sure she'll be cared for.
I just want her to be happy. I want her to be with her own kind, and I'd like her to have her own family, a baby of her own, and start living like an orangutan.
Brenda has been looking for a new home for Oshin. She recently saw an episode of Monkey Life and decided that Monkey World would be the perfect place for her.
Ah, clever girl. Ah, clever girl.
So she's flown over from her home in Johannesburg to take a look around. After discussing the logistics of Oshin's move with Alison, Brenda is then introduced to Oshin's future housemates by Mike, a member of the primate care staff.
So, right, Brenda, this is the big enclosure for our orangs here. Oh, hello! It's my boy. He's a good lad, aren't you?
Oshin's never been with another orangutan.
Yeah. One of the things that Oshin will have to learn is that at the moment she's used to, if she has any food or a blanket, if she puts it down, it's going to be there when she comes back. Well, if she does that when she's living with the group, it's going to be stolen from her.
It hasn't been decided which of the park's 3 orangutan groups Oshin will join. Eventually, it's hoped she will mate, but because of her weight, that won't be possible immediately, so she may join Linga and Dinda in the nursery group first.
I think she would be very happy.
That's
I
good.
think she would have to come and look after the baby because she loves anything small.
Oh, that's good. So you think that if she becomes pregnant that she would look after a baby?
I think so.
It's going to be hard for Brenda to say goodbye to Oshin, but she knows it's for the best.
I don't mind. As long as this child of mine is happy, that's
will be.
all that matters in my life.
She'll be very happy.
But transporting such an overweight orangutan won't be straightforward.
At least like 1 year.
Alison and Jeremy take advice from wildlife vet John Lewis.
Any issues or thoughts about her transport?
Well, the first thing is you've got to get her into the crate, where there are issues there for a start. And aesthetically, she's not going to walk into a crate.
She might. She's very malleable and involved in every aspect of daily life, from getting in and out of the car to going and playing with the animal crates for, say, the giraffe or the zebras or whatever it is.
I mean, if she walk into a box, then there's not an issue. But if she won't walk into a box, a crate, then she's going to need anaesthetising to get her in there. And that degree of obesity does give me problems anaesthetically.
Okay.
I wouldn't want her to go down, fall asleep.
Yeah, okay.
She vomits, she's history.
Yeah.
Next time on Monkey Life. Alison and the team are in South Africa to meet Oshin. But it's Jeremy who ends up being locked in the crate.
See, everything's going according to plan here.